Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Akaradash. Shalom to the elders for Christian worship and sincerity. And shalom to the Aki on the scaffold for once and all Christian worship and sincerity as well too. And I say shalom to the Aki out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out. This is from RT.com as of October the 3rd, 2023, and it reads, it says the U.S. failing at life expectations. It says the chronic disease killing more than middle-aged Americans than upper years unknown research has shown. Just like it says in Jeremiah 51, verse 70, verse 9, and Revelations 18 and verse 2. That still shows an indicator that this modern day Babylon is falling. Like it says in Revelation 18 and 2. Babylon is falling, and that's what we are seeing. And this is a prime example. This is U.S. falling at life expectancies. It says chronic disease is more than middle-aged Americans than overlords of gun research has shown. It says the U.S. is dead last amongst the peer countries in terms of life expectations for its population. The Washington Post reported on Tuesday months of research and interviews have revealed a widespread problem with the obesity, cancer, heart conditions, and diabetes, as well as the growing gap between the poor and the wealthy Americans. It says amongst the wealthy nations, the United States' recent decades went from the middle of the pack to being a outlier as it continues to fall further and further behind, according to the Post. It says Americans' life expectations has peaked a 78.9 in 2014. It says the same year Affordable Care Act, also known as the Obamacare, it says the full went into effect. It has been declining ever since. And it says according to the Centers for Disease and Controls and Prevention, which is the CDC, it says as of 2021, it was as 76.4 years. And it says in post-Salaki, and it says the post report looking at county level death records over the past decades, finding a large increasing of excessive deaths amongst 35 or 64-year demographic, and that group chronically deceased killed twice as many Americans as all the drugs and overdose and homicides and suicides and car incidents combined. And it says heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, liver and failure, and other chronic ailments are main culprits. Case for breast, thyroid, and colorectal cancer are mysterious, raising amongst under 50 million, while almost 42% of adult Americans are obese, and compared to 11.6% in 1990. It says medical professionals and scholars interviewed by the Post blame a various of factors from the lack of prevention care and focus on treatments to risk. They have advanced in medication, nutrition, and technologies has been overwhelmed by poverty, racism, and distrust of the medical system, fractured to the social networks, and unhealthy diets built around the high process of foods. It says while the U.S. Medical Center is great at treating disease among healthy people to begin with, we are the worst in the world, according to William Cook, a doctor of Austin, Indiana. It says healing marks a senior health policy fellow at a Rice University Becker Institute for Public Policies argued that the U.S. has built a health industry complex that costs trillions of dollars but focus on treatment. It says 8 plus It says 80+% of health outcome determines the non-medical factors, says Sean Marks, who used to be the Health and Environment Policies and Director for the City of Houston, Texas. City of Houston in Texas. It said there is a majority wealth gap in the life expectancy, according to the polls in 2020 during the Cold War 19, if you know what I mean. It says the poorest Americans were 61% more likely to EIU than the richest ones and had to fall lower than the life expectancies and poor people in the comparable countries, while wealthy Americans enjoy the longest lives of average. They too lag behind the counterparts in Canada, France, or Japan. And it says the post also highlighted the racial disparities of the life expectancies, with Native Americans coming in dead last at 65 and Asian Americans leading at 84. Meanwhile, Hispanics were at 78, whites at 76, and African Americans at 71. And I'm gonna bring out the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7. It says, Babylon hath a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken up with wine, therefore the nations are mad. This is Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 8. And it reads the Holy Scriptures. It says, Babylon is the fall in its form, right? This modern day Babylonian system, Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. It's like ancient Babylon now this modern day Babylon is falling. Because this is modern day Babylon. And North America has that highly influence of this modern day Babylonian system. And we're seeing it prominent now before now some more than ever. As this news article came out about this life expectancies over in North America, you know, because North America has that highly influence of this modern day Babylonian system. And you can correlate that with it. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8, and it reads the Holy Scripture. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed, and it's being destroyed spiritually by this modern day Babylonian system. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Power for her, take on for her pain, and so she may be healed. So there's no healing for modern day Babylon. This modern day Babylonian system, there's no healing for it. We're going to continue to see the signs of its on decline and many other aspects of that sort. The Heavenly Father against this modern day Babylonian system, and the nations are against this modern day Babylonian system. And the Heavenly Father's people, which is prophesying against this modern day Babylonian system as well too. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not here. Forsaken her and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgments reach up into heavens, and it's lifted up even to the sky. So this modern day Babylonian system is being exposed to what it is, but promoting evilness and wickedness. That's why you see North America's life expectancies is declining amongst all the nations, because we're seeing this modern day Babylonian system, is declining. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. And this is the book of Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1, and it reads the Holy Scriptures. And it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great cloud, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And this is Revelation chapter 18 verse 2, and he cried out to me, Salaki, my apology. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2, and it reads the Holy Scriptures. It says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is fallen, which become a habitation of deceivers, and a hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and HATE bird. And this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3. For all the nations have drunken of the wine and wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Right, following the influence of this modern day Western society. So that's why you see, the statistics of a life expectations is declining. Over here, over here in North America, which has got a highly influence of this modern day Babylonian system, and all the nations throughout the whole world been influenced of the ways of this modern day Babylonian system. And that leads into unrighteousness, evilness, and wickedness. And so we seeing these signs of this modern day Babylonian system is crumbling right before our eyes because all the nations and the kingdoms and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, following the unrighteous, evil, and wicked ways of this modern day Babylonian system, conforming these other nations, and still to this day. And this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3. For all the nations have drunken of the wine of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth was waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of this recent news article. I'm gonna go back to the news article as I just seen it. As I can go back to it and find it again. Right, as this news article, as it was saying once again. Now, once again, I said, hopefully this lesson was edifying for the audience out there. And this is a news article from October the 3rd, 2023 by RT.com, Alternative World News. As it says again, it says the U.S. falling as a life expectancy, according to the WaPo, as it says, chronic disease killing more in middle-aged Americans than opioid or guns, research has shown. So once again, hopefully this lesson was edifying of this recent news article. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Kadash. Shalom to the elders for Christian worship and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim Scathing shalom to the Akim Scathing four points of the globe, Christian worship and sincerity as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.